Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Pinkfresh Fridays, where we'll all be using our Pinkfresh to create our layout. And it is hosted by Joanne Bertel. And today's layout, I'm going to be scrapping this photo here of my granddaughter Charlie and a friend of hers. I'm going to use that camera die there from KS Crafts. And everything else is Pinkfresh except a little bit of cardstock. I am using the last 4 or 5 things I showed is simply the best. And it's new. I got something new. First time since, well, other than a phrase package. I think it's the first time I got something new that's Pinkfresh since I started doing these. And this has a lot of green in it. Oh my goodness. Such pretty shades of green. I use that punch over to the right. It's a very old Martha Stewart one. It don't even fold up, but it really makes a pretty border. This is the camera, and you see me put that lens on there. Yeah, I forgot I was planning on making a shaker, but I'm going to remember it a whole lot quicker than the last time. Last time never made it into a shaker. This time I glanced over at the tray and seen the sequins, and so yeah, they made it on the layout after all, on the camera. The lens has a little round thing that goes in the middle that has embossed pieces, it's embossed in circles. I decided that I'd use that chipboard sticker instead. It came off the package of frames, and it says Stay Wild, and then the red circle around there says Adventures. And I'm just putting all the layers on there, and that little picture, it's an Insta camera. So it has a picture coming out, so I went ahead and put one of them on the bike. Well, four-wheeler, on the four-wheeler. I wanted to use that tag because it has like an arrow going zigzag. uh, they were at his house, and this is his four-wheeler, and he lives right behind me. Not too far away if you go through the woods. But when my kids were here, there was a lot of trails in the woods. But now that they're not here with a four-wheeler and grown and gone, it's all grown up. So they had to drive all the way around on the gravel to get to my house. And this is when they were leaving, and I thought, oh my goodness, I didn't take no picture. Ah, but I managed to get my phone out quick enough to do it. And I was standing on the deck and pretty far away, so I was lucky to get the ones that I got. Uh, there was a light green over to the right in that cluster, and I thought, well, I want something to go on that green because it's so close to the same color as the camera, and so I kind of brightened it up with that piece of green, and I'm going to add. Well, you can see the sticker over to the right, the round one. It says "Loving This." I'm going to end up moving it over there. And I don't think that one even makes it on the page. I move it around quite a bit, and I don't think it ends up on the page at all. There. Oh, this is a set that I've had for many years, probably at least 7, maybe. It's been a while, and I'm using the gold glittery looking enamel dots, and I'm putting them as body parts on the camera instead of the ones that came with it. And then I'm going to go ahead and use them as enamel dots before I'm done. I cut out a picture wheel. I didn't show the die because I didn't plan on using it, but after I got started on the layout and that cluster there, I decided I wanted to have a picture wheel and add some more black up in that cluster because there is a little down in the bottom one. And I'm putting my layers there. One says Wild at Heart, and the round one laying there says This Rocks and Good Things Ahead. And this makes me smile because it made me smile that they come over to visit when they came. And Charlie was driving pretty fast, so I can call her Wild at Heart. But she was steady on. I mean, I guess because they made it up the hill, they thought to come to the straight stretch that they were going to give it a little gas. I don't know, but she come flying in there. And when she left, that's why I said I was lucky to get the shots I got. She was flying back out. I'm sure it wasn't over 10 miles an hour, but it seemed fast to me when I was trying to take a photo. Um, oh, I pulled out my Stampin' Up punch with the 3 leaves, and I did fold them in the middle so that give them some more texture to the page, and I'm just going to scatter them around. And at first I thought I was only going to use the green because if you look, there's no flowers in the photo. And well, there is some right there to the right, but they're not blooming at the moment they were here. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and add flowers anyway, just to add another color and to, well, give it a little more interest is what I was thinking. Once I added the green, I thought, man, I love all this green, but I need a little bit of something else. So I am going to use the light blue side, and I think it's let's get cozy or something. It's a fall collection, and I didn't use the side with the darker purplish blue. I used the side that had some light blue on it. It had light blue and some um, moons. That's what it had on it. And the cardstock I used on this is very, very old. This is thin as paper. It was lighter weight than the paper from Pinkfresh, but it worked. So I'm using it, and it was the right colors too. Uh, the leaves is from the Simply the Best, and it's a dark green with all kinds of leaves on there. They look more tropical than I was wanting, but there is leaves on there. But you can't tell it by the time I use the punch on that thing. I used the 1/4 inch punch for the center of the flowers, and I am thinking, well, the paper I used had frames on the other side, and I am thinking maybe it's stay at home. Maybe. I'm not sure. Just guessing there. Oh, and here's why I say go ahead and add the glittery sequins on here. And I was kind of thinking I was done except for my title. And I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do for the title. So I thought, okay, I'm going to add the sequins here. And I'm going to forget to add the ones up with my title because I really need them there. So I will be going back in there. But I've already been in there one time since I've been started editing the video, and I did add a little more greenery and a couple more flowers, just so y'all know. But I did take pictures again. But for the little glittery sequins, I'll let y'all just imagine them on there. I already had outdoor fun on wax paper for my title, but knew I wanted to do something else, and so I finally got the cut out, well, it's a cut apart sheet, and I cut out It's All Good, and it's up there at the top, and then Outdoor Fun. So It's All Good, Outdoor Fun is what my title's going to be. I started to put that epoxy circle thing down there, but it looked kind of blah. I thought it needed something else. So I cut out one of the circles, and it's actually the one that matches the paper on the right hand side. And I added cardstock. I used the 1-inch punch to go behind the epoxy piece, and I glued them all and layered them there. And I added that one little banner, just add a little more color and make the bottom, more like a base for my tag. And I will add a couple of flowers to that cluster. One, I think one might be right now. Yeah, one's right now. Notice how quickly I could tell where I was going. I'm going to add it, but then while I'm watching and editing the video, I'm going to decide to add another one. I wanted some more red, so I went back to the iris container and looked and found this. And it's got like a peachy color on there that I'm not really wanting, so I am going to cut it off. But I'm also going to cut it in half because I want red fairly often, it seems like. So I'm going to save the other piece for something else. And just tuck that in. And I didn't put it in straight on purpose, really. Since that one ticket's at an angle, I wanted to angle it too. And then the bottom says out exploring here. And they were driving around Charlie was using every minute she could of her chance to drive the four-wheeler. I'm pretty sure I was lucky they stopped to visit and stay as long as they did. But there's the camera, and see that circle that was on the frames, and the one in the middle was too. And see how that picture pops up out of there? And yeah, super cute camera die. It's KS Crafts, and I got it off of Amazon, but I think they have a couple other places you can get them on, in a Facebook group and a YouTube thing where they make things up so you can see how they look made up. Um, there's my extra little flower that I put on later. It does look like it belongs there, don't it? But yeah, I was thinking I was done and I wasn't. And there's the Wild at Heart. And I made sure I left part of the little house showing because, in later years they'll remember how much they played in that. And so I wanted part of it showing in the photo. But if you leave a comment below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. And thank you all for watching my video today. Down below, you'll find the links to everybody else that is doing Pink Fresh Friday today. Lots of inspiration for your Pink Fresh. Have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.